Money Radio, discussing the business of making and spending money.
Good day to all of you beautiful people out there following us on Leadership Podcast. You are on to the transportation segment of Money Radio, and today being Friday, yes, we are talking transportation here. And the topic we're discussing today is Nigeria Air matters arising. Nigeria Air matters arising. Over the past, and I would say from the very beginning of this current administration, sometime around 2016, 2017, the issue of Nigeria Air, that is a local airline, a national carrier, has been on the front burner. And it's like one of the legacies the Buhari government wants to leave. And but it has cost implications, huge cost implications. And so they have been dilly-dallying about the whole issue. There have been who is to bear the cost and how it's going to be structured, both physical structure and capital structure. All of that has been on the front burner. And it seems right now the federal government is getting to some conclusion, some reasonable conclusion on how this thing should work. And April this year, April 2022, Nigeria Air is supposed to take off. So that is the issue we are discussing today. The matters arising in Nigeria Air. In the studio to discuss that with me is AGK. AGK is a transportation functionary, I will say. And I'm your host, Case Hammond. AGK, you're welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's my pleasure having you in the studio today again.
it's a pleasure to
Yeah, always. Thank God it's Friday. Yeah.
I'm happy you say the respected problem proposed on the umbrella. We've been having this issue of taking us for a while now. This is about the seventh year of this administration.
Yeah.
We had the cerebral lodge and ministry organization have been proposing living rates. Living rates, this should be like the third or fourth grades for the takeoff. And we have delays and delays. And now we have April. The first quarter for 2023.
No, April is actually the beginning of the second quarter.
We actually say first quarter earlier.
Okay, you said first
Now
quarter.
we're looking at April 2022. So, you know, maybe from April we will enter another, maybe we take off, let's hope so. But are we really prepared? And we're not seeing any signs. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. The signs. We're not seeing any
We're not
signs.
seeing any planes. We are not seeing anything. Is it that maybe the man is preparing the thing behind the scene to surprise Nigerians? Well, we don't know. We believe so. We hope so. But personally, as somebody who covers aviation and transport for a while now, I think I would say that they're not likely to take off. I'll be happy if they take off, but from what I'm seeing online, I don't think so because the plans are not there. Today we are talking about Nigeria, tomorrow we are talking about concession of airports. And we have how many months to go? The government wants to do something before they go. The minister wants to do something before he goes. Very soon, we all know how this is work. If you have interest in contesting an election, in the next by June, July, you should be leaving office.
You should need
to go and focus on
on your campaign.
and we know the minister is preparing to go and become the next governor of Katsina State.
Oh yeah.
So when does he have time? When will he have time to actualize these things? We hope so. We hope he does that.
Now, is this an issue of legacy this man wants to leave? Because I was talking to somebody, an aviation expert, and it is clear that the cost of an aircraft. I wouldn't want to go be that blunt to say it is out of the reach of the Nigerian government, but it seems to be out of the reach of the Nigerian government. That is to start an airline, because one aircraft costs something between 75. That is a modest aircraft between 75 and $100 million.
You wouldn't.
That is not the amount that the federal government is willing to spend right now, because we're talking about other issues that are that need attention. Infrastructure.
There are things you need to understand about it. It can't be out of reach for a country like Nigeria to assuming we want to go into full ownership of the Nigerian air, which is not the plan anyway. If Ethiopia can do it, Kenya Airways, Rwanda Air, why can't Nigeria have their own? But this Nigeria Air, the proposed Nigeria Air, is not even going to be owned by the government in the first place.
Okay.
It's going to be like some percentage for the private people, equity shares, and all this. So when you look at it critically, the government, I think, Minister was saying that the government should own about 5% of the whole plan. So it's not going to be something you say the government will need to buy the plane, brand the plane, start everything. No, private people will come into the game. As a matter of fact, that's one of the problems that we're having, getting partners to come in and push this idea.
Okay. So are the partners available now?
That is why I'm telling you that I'm not seeing the possibility of having Nigeria Air. Because the last time we checked, that was December when the minister did a briefing on this, and he was trying to defend that by second quarter everything will come up. By first quarter anyway, we did not. We couldn't mention anything about partners that are already available. You always say that is not a problem. But who are these people? Where are they? What are the plans? Are we planning to use Arik Air, for example, and a plan? This one is an established airline already. You can just change the logo, the colors, everything.
Yes.
Are we planning to use Maxi? Are we planning to use any other airline for that matter? Air Peace and Co. Is that the plan, or we have the plan of bringing in new planes and setting up a new structure entirely? We don't know. The minister will not. He has over time he has failed to actually address the media on this thing critically. Apart from giving us the anytime he wants to speak, he will go to Twitter. Thank God the Twitter is back now. Very soon you will be seeing him tweets telling you that Nigeria is already taking off and all these things. But what are you don't interface with a journalist who will ask you critical questions and understand your plans. You keep doing it alone in the abstract and you keep making us believe that everything is okay. And that is why we have doubts, because we have 1, 2, 3 dates set and you couldn't achieve it. So why do we need to believe that you achieve it by April?
And when we talk
And
about
to
April, we are
people,
talking
we are already
about
in February.
with just less than 2 months.
Less than 2
We'll
months.
be in April.
So
Nigeria Air to debut in April, in less than 2 months. That sounds.
That's from the last FEC, the recent FEC they had, where the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Transportation briefed Nigerians and told them that everything is already in place. About 46% will go to equity, and society will come where we are ready, we will move.
Now, Ejike, let's. I have a few issues to discuss with you on this matter. Now, the composition of Nigeria Air. We're supposed to have something in the neighborhood of 46% equity contribution. Yes. Then we have 5% from the federal government, and then that's 51, making it 51%, which is majority share Nigerian. Yes. Then 49% from strategic partners, that is people who are knowledgeable of about those aviation industry, and not just that they are knowledgeable about the aviation industry, they can also bring their capital and their management expertise. Having said all of that, the federal government wants to go into this. Now, who's going to manage it? Who's with just 5% stake? Who is going to manage this? Because when majority shareholders are supposed to be the manager of any equity arrangement,
Yes.
but of course the federal government is going to be the minority shareholder. So who is going to manage it?
One, the question is,
That's number one.
okay.
Number two, we're talking about the minister, the honorable minister Hadi Sariki said this venture is going to create 70,000 jobs. I have a question there, but before we go on, let's talk about who's going to manage this airline.
That is what I wanted to comment on. That's why I keep saying that I have doubts. You have 46% for equity
Yes, from Nigerians.
from Nigeria. You have 5% government. You have 49 for strategic partners. How are we going to achieve this equity? Who are these strategic partners coming? Who are they? Is it going to be one or two persons? You know, if you have 49% for them and two persons coming, one person has 40%, the other person has 9%, it's already the majority shareholder.
Of course.
So, what are the terms? That is why I told you that the minister has failed to address the country, address the journalists on these critical issues. Are you looking at 10 strategic partners to come and share the 49%? Government is having only 5%. Government, of course, they can't be the majority shareholder if one person gets even 6% from them.
Yeah.
You're talking about another 46% for it. What are the terms? Give us breakdown. That we have gotten this, we have gotten this. Initially, they were looking for partners. They didn't have enough partners. So these things are just like theories. Just like when they went to London to 3-4 years ago to launch the logo and the name.
Yes, I
And
remember.
you went and did jamboree, blah, 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 and you came back since then. If you have plans before you start talking about launching logo and name, you have a structure of plan.
Yes, some structure.
Now you have this situation where we are not no structure, nothing, and you're telling us we have this, we have this. I hope, I pray that when we get to pray, when we are seeing a plane flying, everything is taking off, Nigeria will get to understand the structures it's talking about. We'll explain the 49%, the 5%, and the 46%. Because for now, I'm sure so many people are as confused as I am because
No,
we don't have the idea of what he's talking about.
this development leaves me more confused than
We don't have the
understanding.
idea. The minister
Because
is not telling us the whole truth about the Nigeria.
there was a minister who said not long ago, is it the Minister Saraki who said that by 2022 or 2023, Nigeria will start producing airplanes.
Please, Mr. Case, let's work on actualizing.
Now,
Nigeria.
how is the federal government going to create 70,000 jobs from this aviation industry? I ask the question because we already have local airlines that are privately owned in the country. These local airlines have created, that is jointly, they have created XYZ number of jobs. You can't you can't take that away. There are some jobs that are created already. Now, Nigerian Air going to create 70,000 jobs. Where are these new 70,000 jobs going to come from?
No, I think that shouldn't be a problem.
It's a problem.
No,
It leaves us in darkness also.
No,
It leaves us
it's
confused.
No, it's not. There's nothing to be about. You have, of course, you have the pilots, you have the air hostess,
Uh-huh.
you have the cabin crew, you have in a full structure.
Assuming there are 20 planes that the Nigeria Air is going to bring, 20, and you have 60 pilots. You have 200 or it's
No, what
say
we are
500.
talking
You know,
about-
say
you need to-
500
you need to understand.
air hostesses. Where are these
You
70,000
need
jobs
to
going to
understand
come from?
this is a national career. We are going to have branches. It's going to be all over the country.
With
It's
how many
not
airlines?
something. That is what you need to understand. The minister is playing big according to him. So that is why we need to wait and see what he has in stock for us. So assuming we have offices in Lagos and in the taxi states and the capital, we have staff all over the place. We have staff working there. We have pilots, we have everything. The structure will be like airpiece. Imagine airpiece.
Airpeace does not create 70,000 jobs.
This is government. Government is
No,
not a
no, this is government. It's understood. This is government. But this industry, the aviation industry, can only afford to employ a certain number of labor.
Yeah, we may not.
Every, I mean, at every point in time. Are we saying that the Air Nigeria or Nigeria Air is going to take staff from Airpeace, I mean, Arik, Max, and
No,
the
we have-
number of them just to. That means you're not creating jobs, you're just taking jobs from your.
We have graduates coming up. We have people who are unemployed, who are already in the field. You need to. No, getting the workers will not be a problem. Your challenge is whether we are going to get up to
Whether
70,000.
if the industry can absorb these people.
Of course. We
Uh,
can absorb, but are we
70,000.
going to employ 70,000 at a go? No.
That's what I
But
read.
with time, I'm sure it's going to get up to that. So I think that is where you need to what you need to understand. It's not going to be a one-time thing. We are starting on April. We have 70,000. No, of course it's not possible. But
Okay.
with time, you check out the numbers and you get up to 20,000.
Mr. Ejike. I will hold you on this by April. God sparing our lives to be
I hope
this.
you understand my stand. My stand is that God see the possibility.
God sparing our lives, I will be in the studio by April to tell us about this thing again.
All right.
So, because that's how we want to call it the day today. We've been discussing the proposed Nigeria matters arising, and these matters are actually arising because there are many things. I'm actually more confused now that we are leaving the studio now than when we came here. But by the time we come back, you are going to have to explain a number of things because you are our
Eyes and ears.
yes, you are our eyes and ears. So that's how we want to call it today. It's been a pleasure having you in the studio. And thanks to you very much. Our thanks to you, really. Our thanks also to the producers. Our biggest thanks actually go to you who follow us loyally on Money Radio Leadership Podcast. That's how it has been. I've been Case Hammond. I've been your host. And we'll be happy to have you on Money Radio by next week. Money Radio is a daily program. It's been nice having you. Have a great day. Stay blessed.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.